Elon Musk, much like Donald Trump, has a very serious problem with actually telling the truth. We have seen that repeatedly with his bold announcements of how great Doge has been, right? They're paying $8 million to Politico. Well, it was only $44,000, and it was because they had subscriptions to Politico Pro. We've cut $80 billion from the federal government, he said a few days ago. And his own website for Doge, which of course has also been repeatedly hacked, shows that it's actually only $16.6 billion that they've cut, and most of that is just from straight up firing people. So he's lying about everything. But in the last week, there's been two major lies that he has told. Actually, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and count three major lies that he's told that have been debunked. But one of them he did not freak out about. He just keeps pushing it. That, of course, is the Social Security lie, right? Where he told us last week that we've got people into their late hundreds receiving Social Security, which of course is because he and his little Doge minions don't know how to read the COBOL programming language, which set a default date of 1875 for people that have been long dead, but they were paper records, blah, blah, blah. It's complicated, it's difficult, but Elon Musk didn't take the time to learn it, so he spread those lies that you had people into their 300s getting Social Security. He was called out for that, but he didn't freak out about that. The two lies that he was called out for that he did freak out about are as follows. The first one, of course, is that we've got two NASA astronauts stranded on the International Space Station. And I'm going to send up a SpaceX rocket to go pick them up. Trump has touted that. Musk has touted that. And of course, he hasn't, by the way, sent up a SpaceX rocket to go get these so-called stranded astronauts, because it turns out they weren't stranded at all. So you have a Danish engineer and astronaut who has spent lots of time on the International Space Station, is well aware of the situation happening right now. He got on Twitter on Friday and called out Musk, saying, quote, "What a lie, and from someone who complains about lack of honesty from the mainstream media." Because this astronaut, Andre Mogensen, I'm sorry, I'm probably greatly mispronouncing that name, my apologies. But anyway, Mogensen knows what's happening, and he knows that these astronauts are scheduled to come home in March. That has been the plan since last September. They're supposed to come home in March. And by the way, a lot of missions to the International Space Station do result in delays coming home. You know, problems with rockets, problems with weather back here on Earth. Any of those things can cause significant delays. And of course, that has happened. But these astronauts on the space station have admitted, they're like, we don't feel stranded. We don't feel left behind. We knew this was probably going to happen. So we're waiting for our capsule in March, and then we're coming home. And that's when Mogensen was trying to point out, like, Musk, you are lying. These people are not stranded. And you, of course, have not sent a rocket to go get them as you promised. So a very pissed off Elon Musk got on Twitter to respond to Mogensen and said this, and excuse the language, but I'm not going to censor what he said because I want you to hear it. This is what Elon Musk said. "You are fully retarded. SpaceX could have brought them back several months ago. I offered this directly to the Biden administration and they refused. Return was pushed back for political reasons. Idiot." Just absolutely deranged behavior from Elon Musk. The astronaut then replied, "You know as well as I do that Butch and Suni are returning with Crew 9, as has been the plan since last September. Even now, you are not sending up a rescue ship to bring them home. They are returning on the Dragon capsule that has been on ISS since last September." So Musk got caught lying, and his response was to use slurs against this man, who is clearly far smarter than he is, and to tell him that he's an idiot. So he responded back calmly, coolly, calling out Elon Musk even further and explaining to the public what happened. That was not the only freak out Elon Musk has had in the last week. He also got on Twitter to repeat a lie from Donald Trump, claiming that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has a 4% approval rating. Right? Trump's been saying that. He's a dictator. He's got 4%. He won't even hold elections. So Elon Musk got on Twitter, repeated the same lie, and then he got pissed off that he ended up getting a community note telling us that Zelensky actually has like a 54% approval rating, not a 4% approval rating. And elections were, of course, suspended in the country due to the fact that they're in the middle of an onslaught from Russia, which has happened in countries all over the world during times of war. And Zelensky is not unpopular. So Musk was pissed off. He got on there and he said that the community notes are being gamed by governments and legacy media. No, it's just that people aren't as stupid as you are. People aren't as stupid as you think they are. They know what's actually happening because they're not idiot propagandists like yourself. So Musk doesn't like being called out for his lies, which makes a lot of sense given that his new best friend is Donald Trump, who also does not like being called out for his lies. Two peas in a narcissistic alternative reality pod is what we have running our government right now. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.